Right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is to talk about the player ratings, Burnley versus Arsenal. Yeah, now I can see my jeans in the background. I'm such a slob. Sorry about that. Flipping heck. My mum will be watching this, be like, Chris, you see, you couldn't even take those jeans off the top of one of your chairs. No, mum, I couldn't. Anyway, let's just change the angle. Right, so let's talk about Burnley versus Arsenal. It weren't the most entertaining game to watch, and as I said in my review, it was really this game was really a vehicle for Aubameyang, and could we take him to the Golden Boot? And we did. It was a joint Golden Boot, but it was a Golden Boot nonetheless. And I thought he played well. I thought the team, in the end, got themselves over the line. I thought the youngsters particularly played well. We knew that they would feature. And not as many of them featured as we thought. So I expected Eddie to start. He didn't. Mavropanos started, and unfortunately for him, he came off partway through the first half. Completely missed it at the time, I'll be honest, because towards the end of that first half, I straight up fell asleep. Straight up, I'll be real. I fell asleep. I found the first half boring as fuck. And Joe Willock started, who I must admit I thought was fantastic. I've not really seen anyone say that yet, but I genuinely thought he was fantastic. Slotted in that number 10 spot, and he seems to love playing in that role. I know he plays in that position for the under-23s and excels. I think for Joe, it's about whether or not he can continue to do that at this level. We are going to have to rely a lot more on the youngsters, I think, next season, due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of expected departures. And I don't know how much money realistically Arsenal will have to replace some of these guys. And I think Joe will probably be someone who will go on loan. But I tell you, the more I see of this kid, the more I'm starting to like him. I don't know if number 10 is necessarily a position I can see him filling. But now that Ramsey's going, why not? Why not give him a shot? Because every time I've seen him play centrally, he tends to play very well. When we start fucking around and putting him on a wing, and that's when you don't necessarily see the best of Joe Willock. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this kid can do. Because like I said in my review, I don't see us for some reason replacing Ramsey. I see Ramsey being internally replaced, whether that's through Emil Smith-Rowe or through Joe Willock. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that because I didn't mention that in my review. But let's talk about it as we go through the player ratings. So we're going to go with Bert Leno. I thought he made a really good save. I believe it was from Ashley Barnes. But then it led towards the goal, and in which Ashley Barnes eventually scored. But no, the initial save was actually pretty good, and I don't think he did a lot wrong. There was one panicky moment he had in the first half. But other than that, I thought he was solid enough. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was fine. We played 4 at the back, so let's talk about the right back first. Lichtsteiner, I thought, played pretty well. And fair play to that guy, because the last 3 performances he's had for Arsenal have been very good. So I don't know if that was just his way of putting himself in a shop window. Let's be honest, when you're a player like Lichtsteiner, you have to think about that. You have to think to yourself, all right, what is my next move? For him, I could probably see him doing a stint in America, maybe getting a payday in China, but I think America's probably the more likely move for him. And if that's the case, good luck to him. Good luck to him. But yeah, I don't see him playing for Arsenal going forward. I thought he was fine today, and that's about it. So I'll give Lichtsteiner a 6 out of 10. Squadron Mustafi, I actually thought was our best defender. My gosh, this is weird saying this. This is so weird saying this. I actually thought he was our best defender. I thought he did pretty well. Bar the goal where, let's be honest, it was a Mustafi-like calamity. I think it was Mustafi anyway that kind of just clattered into one of their players. They hit a long ball and kind of Mustafi clattered into one of their players. The ball went over them. And then, sorry, yeah, it wasn't the goal. It was a Chris Wood chance where he hit the post. And then Chris Wood ran onto it. And luckily, he hit the post. But that was in the first half. Yeah, that was a calamity of a goal. It really was. A chance, I should say. It really was. But no, I actually thought Mustafi played really well. And I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Mavropanos, before he came off, I thought was doing fine. I really did. I thought he was doing fine. Probably will like to see this kid go on loan next season, just to see what he has or hasn't got. But for me, I give Mavropanos a 5. I thought he was fine though. Left back, let's go with Monreal. I thought was pretty good as well. You can see what he does when he doesn't have pace running at him. Unfortunately, I don't know how much longer he's going to last. I know that the club are looking to extend his contracts with the option of an extra year. And I don't know if that's just a case of us trying to protect his value and then maybe sell him on with that. But yeah, Monreal, I like Monreal. I don't really like talking too much crap about him. And I thought he was fine today. For me, I'd give Monreal a 7. I actually thought he was pretty good. In the middle, Mohamed El Nene. I actually thought Mohamed El Nene was alright. He was okay. It was just Mohamed El Nene. Really. There wasn't any disasters that he did. He was just fine. And I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Which I know people will say is harsh. It's fine. You know, it's Mohamed El Nene. 5 out of 10. Guendouzi. I thought Guendouzi, a decent performance from him. Nothing spectacular. Kept the ball moving. Had some decent passes in the game, but there was nothing. He wasn't overawed by anything. I didn't see him make too many errors. I think there's only one error that I can recall that he made, which is good for Guendouzi. I don't know. With this kid, I'd like to see him have to work harder for his place. I think he feels a little bit too comfortable for me. And I'd like to see him be under pressure for his place. And maybe Willock is the guy to do that. But for me, I'd give Guendouzi a 6. Right, let's talk about Henrik Mkhitaryan. I thought he was our worst player on the pitch. I really did. Thought he was terrible. I don't know why Willock came off instead of Mkhitaryan. The one thing that I would say, if I'm Mkhitaryan and I'm worried about my place in this squad, for some reason Emre seems to love him because I don't get it. I don't. I think every now and again Mkhitaryan can produce brilliance when he's motivated. If he ain't motivated, we had, let's be real, 2, maybe 3 months of a good Mkhitaryan. People were comparing him to a Dortmund Mkhitaryan. And we ain't seen the motherfucker since. 3 out of 10. I thought it was that bad. Joe Willock was very close to my man of the match. I thought he was excellent today. Really put himself about very well. Picked his passes well. Moved the ball well. Didn't seem overawed by the occasion. I'm tempted to give him an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Alex Iwobi, I also thought was good. He does frustrate sometimes, I must admit, even on that left-hand side. But I thought worked very hard, got himself a couple of assists, was a constant nuisance to the Burnley side. Saw a bit of a feisty side to Alex Iwobi as well, where he had this guy, I can't even remember their right back's name. I think it's not Westwood. one their right back anyway. Gave him a two-footed challenge and he went over and he was pissed. My man got up and he was so vexed. And I thought to myself, fucking hell, I've never seen this feisty side out of Alex Iwobi before. Yeah, that was interesting to see. I liked the fire there. But yeah, I think was constantly trying to help Aubameyang get to his hat-trick. And did assist him on one. Assisted Eddie on the other. And I give Alex Iwobi, I'll give him an 8 as well. I thought he played pretty well today. Aubameyang, I've got to give him a 9 out of 10. I thought, in spite of the fact that he missed this chance for his hat-trick, and I thought, oh, bang goes my fantasy football chances, because he was my captain today. But I actually thought he played pretty well, largely. I thought he was a constant nuisance. You could see they were terrified of him. Every time he got the ball, they just backed up. And you don't want to back up against Aubameyang. Latched onto a mistake they made for his first goal. Really used his pace beautifully. Just glided away from their defence and just slid it past Tom Heaton for the first goal. Second goal came in, was a cross from Iwobi. Beautiful volley near post from him. And then for the chance that he missed, there was a ball that came in. I think it was from actually Mkhitaryan. A ball that came in and he missed it from about 7 yards out. There's no other way of saying it, man. I don't know how he missed the target. He missed the target. It wasn't even like he hit it and then the goalkeeper was blocked it or whatever. He missed the target. It was like, what? But you can't knock Aubameyang, man. He scored so many goals this season. He scored 22 goals in the league. I think he scored over 30 goals in all competition. It sounds like a stupid argument to say that he should be sold or could be sold. I get why people think he should be sold. Would I sell him? No. He's not on my shopping block. Spoiler alert on that one. But I do get the argument. I do. I get the argument. But yeah, for me, I thought Aubameyang was brilliant today. And I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Just quickly to do the substitutes, Koscielny came in, I thought was fine. Did a good patch-up job, 6 out of 10. Who else came on? Eddie Nketiah got himself a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Basically came in, got the ball from Iwobi, drove to the byline, nutmegged the goalkeeper, 7 out of 10. And then who was the other person that came on? Fuck. Oh, my bad. No one else actually came on. So, yeah, I guess let's jump straight to Emre. Emre, I thought picked a good team. Rested a number of key players that I think desperately needed a rest. I think they all need to be sharp and ready going into that final. And, yeah, I'd say let's give Emery a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good team, decent performance in the end. Definitely a good team talk because they seem to be more motivated in the second half. So yeah, they signed off the season well enough and it was another away win. You guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, please, 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 please drive up those like buttons for me. I appreciate when you guys do that. I'll be back. Now that the announcement's been made, I can now say this on my own player ratings. I'll be on the Gooner Talk tonight with Tom and Gooner Podcast Mike. So do check that out. The Gooner Talk at 9 o'clock. So yeah, I'll be on that. So that'll be an interesting to just chill and be a guest and talk about the game and probably talk about the Premier League season as a whole. Like I said in my review, I'll be doing a lot more Chig Knows Best video series, so make sure you definitely check that out. And what else? Chig Knows Best video series. Oh, and somebody else mentioned it to me when I mentioned that I was dropping the Eagle Eye episodes Eagle Eye is my transfer rumour video series. I've done them a lot last summer. Do go in my playlist to check that out if you haven't had an opportunity to do so already. Having said that, I'm going to be bringing those back again as of next week. So do keep an eye out on that. And somebody else asked me about my chopping blocks. No, that is not a euphemism. My chopping block episodes are also coming back. I'll be dropping that from next weekend. So next weekend I'll be doing a chopping block. I think none of you will be surprised by the chopping block, but I'll be coming at it at least from a different angle. So make sure you check that out. All right, people, I'm out of here. Please drive those likes up for me. Please, 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 please. And make sure you don't forget to check me on the Gooner Talk at 9 o'clock. All right, I'm out of here.